Hey guys, welcome back again to Dave's Dimension. Welcome back again to the channel that is your home for tech, toys, and talk. And of course, the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. Yes, I know it's been a minute. Been involved with a lot of different things, including the ride for Roswell, stream for the Cure, and a whole lot more. But we're back in action here. And we're back in action with DC Multiverse. We got Kon-El, Superboy. Now, for me, some of the DC Multiverse, I will admit, has been a little hit and miss for me lately. I am not a completionist. I am someone that goes for, if you're a collector, you know this. You kind of go for the figures that kind of speak to you. There's like, I have to get this. I just have to. And the reason why I had to get this one was back in the 90s, we had the Doomsday storyline in DC Comics where Superman actually dies. He's in a prolific battle, end of days kind of battle between him and Doomsday, which is this Kryptonian weapon that is aimed at Earth, and it's just an unstoppable beast. Now, in the aftermath, there was a group of 4 Superman-like figures that appeared. We had Steel, John Henry Irons, who was a brilliant scientist and weapons designer who built a full-on steel encased suit. So he was basically trying to pick up the slack with Superman being gone. Also, we had the Eradicator, which I've done a video on him previously. He was a Kryptonian AI program that was manifested to, again, aid with Superman and kind of fill in the gap while Superman was out of action. Of course, he does get resurrected, but that's another story for another video. We also had Cyborg Superman, which was really astronaut Hank Henshaw, who took on the Superman persona as a way of getting revenge on Superman, but filling in the gap while Superman was out. And then we had Cadmus Project Superman, or Superboy. Now, Kon-El, there's different stories of Kon-El. The more recent Superboy is a mixture of Lex Luthor's DNA with Superman's DNA. Now, this Kon-El, he came out, and obviously he was a product of LexCorp and everything, and Cadmus. But he was more stylized. I mean, this is the 90s. He had the top hair with the shaved side, shaved sides on his head. He was rocking a leather coat with the, looking like a younger, hipper version of Superman. And that's pretty much Kon-El here in a nutshell. We get a great looking, that's basically how he looked right out of the comics. He had a very cool, stylish looking suit, full on gloves. And he was all about, obviously there's a little bit of design difference in this opposed to the comic book version, but I'm not hating on that. It's McFarlane, Toddy Boy, the Todd father himself. He's got to throw his own little spin on it. So what do you guys say we get right on into this? Now, of course, I'm going to go through the card that comes in here, and we'll read through that very quickly. That's this. There we go. I misplaced my blade, so I'm just using, a pair of clippers. My dad always says, if you don't have the tools, you make them, right? And that's what I'm doing right here. Well, let's just take that right on out. And on the back here, we have cloned from Kryptonian and human DNA and gifted with powerful tactile telekinesis, Superboy possesses abilities similar to that of the Man of Steel, faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, and obviously able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Kon-El strives to live up to Superman's name, but constantly questions his ability to do so. Of course, having the shared DNA of Lex Luthor doesn't make it any easier for the young hero who lives in constant fear of what sort of influence his human side might hide. So there we go. We get the card right there. And let's see. Do we have any plastic strings here? Yep, he's got a string over the groinal region. So if we can slice right through that without slicing him. I mean, he's Superboy. He's not gonna feel a thing. There we go. 1, 2. Get him right out. And we get this very cool Superman painted emblem right here. It would have been cool. I mean, McFarlane has done some amazing molds here. It would have been cool if this was a little bit raised, you know, like a little bit of back armor for Superboy. And of course, you've seen some of the Cadmus Project Superman where we get the weird, strange looking S on the side, so we get that represented right there. That is raised. That's not just painted. You can actually, if you run your finger across it, you can feel that is actually raised and molded. So I just wish they would have done that also here in the back, but it's not a deal breaker. He does look a little, I want to say a little pale in the face. Comparing skin tone of his hand to his face, it does look a little bit of a difference. It also looks like they're trying to give him a little bit of a, like, faded shaved, like not fully shaved around the bottom chin. But I can forgive that. Also, we get two-tone hair here. We get the brown with the dark black, which, again, I'm not quite getting what that is supposed to be. This is, in the comics, that was all pretty much shaved look, basically. You really can't see that in the comic book arts or on the box art. We don't see anything kind of representing that. Again, I get that McFarlane does, literary license. But what they should have done, they should have just made this like fully shaved like it was in the comics. We don't get any accessories in this, which is a little bit of a shame. He does have your typical posing. We get the little toe crunch right here. We can do the the obligatory Superman pose. In fact, let me grab something very quickly here. I just went and grabbed a little flight stand that I had so I can do a little pose here. There we go. We got the raised, the left fist raised up like he's about to pound somebody. And he's got his right hand out like he's going to grab somebody's fist. And, I mean, it's very poseable. I mean, we get the little, I guess you can call them like little knee guards right here. The boots don't look bad. They, he's just rocking your basic kind of military boot, just laced up. No Velcro or buckle fasteners for this guy. He's got this little side bag for like communicators or, if he needs a device or something to carry on himself. The jacket does not come off, but we do have a little bit of give here, so we can kind of see like it's flowing on him. All in all, I'd say, even though I do have some criticisms about the figure itself, I'm going to give this about an 8 out of 10. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 because, again, with the different coloring here, I mean, if they were going to go for like a shaved head kind of look on the back here, they could have just done like a little, like a black wash almost. And not John. I mean, it literally looks like two types of hair right there. It's like he's got a really bad Mo from the Three Stooges coif going on here, at least on the back. The front, I mean, the front looks good. It's it's open to poetic license because that's how he looked in the comics. He got the typical Superman hair, except he had shaved, fades, like a shaved fade on his head around the sides. I mean, comparing them, I think they did a pretty good job. I did only get him for $19.99. I'm glad we can still get some McFarlanes for that. But I mean, we can't open up the jacket anymore. Like, this part is definitely fixed and molded here, so it's covering up, decent sides of the Superman emblem. Now, if you are a strong proponent of the comic accuracy, I mean, you could, if you're really good with paints and all, you could kind of create that the blue trim that goes down the groinal region, you can do that yourself. I mean, if you really wanted to. I think the figure looks very good as it stands. I think he looks very, very good here. Up close, it's just some of the things like in the face look like, I don't know, like looks a little inconsistency. He's got a crooked, got a little crooked smile there. I don't know how well that's coming out, but I mean, I have this flight stand. They just gave us a typical McFarlane stand. I'll be using that probably for one of my other figures. I mean, if you have a super figure, you have a Superman-esque figure or someone who flies, Green Lantern, you got to get them on a flight stand. I buy these flight stands, by the way, on Amazon, and I'll have a link in the video description below in case you are interested in these stands. They're very nice. They hold the figures nice and securely, and I think he looks really good. Now, I did have criticisms about the Eradicator, but you can see my other video about that. I'll have a link in the video description below for that one as well. But guys, what do you think about this? What do you think about Superboy Kon-El? Did you guys pick him up or did you not? Did you pass on him? And if so, why? Let me know in the comment section below. I would really love to know. And I'm going to be posting some figures of Kon-El on my Instagram page, which is actually Daves_Dimension. You can always check that out for the latest and greatest. And also, guys, we have a lot more content coming through the pipeline. I have a lot of figures in my backlog. We have a few other events. I'm going to try to do some recording at Nickel City Con in Buffalo, New York. I will actually be there in, we're going to be there doing, I'm going to be doing some things with some of my my teammates. You've heard me talk about them in the past. I won't be doing anything official as Dave's Dimension, unfortunately. Did not meet the requirements for that con, but hey, who knows? Maybe next time or maybe another con sometime in the future we'll successfully get a press pass. We'll see. So I'm going to be doing it old school and keep an eye out for that. Looking forward to that, guys. That's going to be next weekend. But yeah, I'm going to be dropping off this video very shortly. I mean, for the most part, I think they did a good job. They definitely took artistic license on here. Like he's got the little, little points right here. These little like pointed studs, which he didn't have on the old in the comic book. But like I said, they took artistic license. I'm wondering if they maybe took these pieces, like maybe the jacket was from another figure somewhere. I don't know. Let me know if you guys know. But we do get the raised shield. It would have been cool to have some alternate hands. Maybe an accessory in here. That would have been cool. But I get it is what it is. McFarlane is, similar figures and pricing has been changing along with all the other designers out there. But if you're a Superman fan and you're a fan of the death of Superman and the reign of Superman, I definitely think this is a figure you need to pick up, guys. So, guys, until next time, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying, you know what I'm going to say. I say it every single time. But before I do, I want you guys to always hit that like button, hit that bell for notifications. And if you're not already signed up to be a follower of the Dimension, or a Rifter, a Dimensioner, if you will, then please hit that red button, hit that bell for notifications, and stay tuned on the latest and greatest for Dave's Dimension. And also, guys, there's another channel out there that I appear on. It's called the Outer Dimensions Podcast. Me and Dre from Dre Sue's Geek Vault, every Wednesday, we do a podcast where we discuss various movies, past, present, and maybe into the future. And you guys want to check us out, that is a separate channel called the Outer Dimensions Podcast channel on YouTube. And I'm going to have the link in the video description as well. So guys, every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, check us out. And also you can check us out on Spotify. But guys, until next time, this is Dave from Dave's Dimension saying keep on busting. And I'm always going to catch you on the flip side. Take care.